Hello, everybody. My name is Scott Anderson. I'm one of the Tergar Facilitators, and welcome to Stay Home and Meditate. As in the other Stay Home and Meditate sessions, today's focus will be primarily on practice. And we'll be taking a look at some of the ideas that Rinpoche shared with us in his teachings last weekend, specifically about impermanence. And last week, Rinpoche brought to our attention that there's three different layers or aspects we can look at in understanding really any concept, of which impermanence is but one. And the first is to have sort of an academic or an intellectual understanding of impermanence, knowing that no matter how much we may want things to stay the same, that they're going to constantly be changing. And no matter how much we may want things to be different, we know that they will be different. And so Rinpoche was inviting us to consider how things are constantly changing. Not only knowing that in our head intellectually, but meditating on the idea of impermanence. So having that firsthand direct experience of impermanence. And then the third of the three aspects of understanding is going to be applications in daily life. So as the name of today's session would imply, stay home and meditate, today's focus will be on meditation on impermanence. The idea that things are going to be constantly changing, and in the current situation, as stressful as it may be, that one thing we do know for sure is that things will be different and continue to change and evolve along the way. So to begin the practice here, we're going to start with posture. So whether you're sitting on a cushion on the floor or sitting in a chair, so take a moment to feel the support from beneath you. And setting up just a modest amount of effort upright. So sense that your posture is alert. At the same time, relaxed. So posture alert, and at the same time, relaxed. Now taking a moment to reflect on your own motivation to practice today. And for virtually all of us, we're coming to the practice looking for happiness and a reduction in stress or suffering. Now taking a moment to consider that that motivation is shared with others. The desire to be happy and free from suffering. And now considering the aspiration that this forthcoming practice, for the benefit of not only you, including all those beings, meditating for the benefit of all beings. So your choice, eyes could be open, or if you'd rather, eyes could be closed. Whether your eyes are opened or closed, inviting awareness now to the crown of your head. and inviting awareness to descend downward from your scalp into your forehead, your temples, the back of your head. And whatever sensations or feelings you may encounter, whether you consider them pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant, simply aware of those sensations or feelings. Inviting awareness to continue descending down your skull, into your jaw, the base of your skull, and into your neck. And again, whatever you may experience, whether you consider it a pleasurable experience, a negative experience, or a neutral experience. Simply aware of whatever may or may not be there, just as it is. From your neck, inviting awareness down into your shoulders. And from your shoulders, inviting awareness down into your arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. What's often called non-judgmental awareness. Present with sensations, just as they are. Now from your arms and shoulders, inviting awareness to your upper torso, your chest, and your upper back. If you find places that feel sore or tight, aware of those feelings. And if you experience places that feel energized, or what you consider feeling good, aware of those feelings. And from your upper torso, inviting awareness now into your lower torso, your belly, and your lower back. from your lower torso, inviting awareness downward into your hips. And this practice of non-judgmental awareness from your hips descending down into your thighs. From your thighs descending downward into your knees. Aware of whatever sensations may be present, whether neutral, positive, or negative. From your knees, inviting awareness down into your lower legs. Your ankles, the tops of your feet, and the bottoms of your feet. From the crown of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet. Cognizant of whatever may or may not arise in awareness. Sensations in your body as the object of meditation. Now letting this meditation fall away and resting your mind. No need to think or focus on something in particular. Nor trying to push away any thoughts that may arise. Letting your mind be just as it is. So having rested your mind, now invite awareness to your heartbeat. Maybe you feel your heartbeat in your chest. Some people have a sense of their heartbeat in their neck or throat. Others in their hands. And last Sunday, Rinpoche invited us to bring awareness to our heartbeat as an example of impermanence. One heartbeat ends, another begins. The heartbeat that began ultimately ends. You may or may not feel your heartbeat. In either case, the invitation to be aware of heartbeat. An example of ever changing, constantly changing impermanence. Relatedly, all the blood in your vessels, constantly in motion. The blood that was here is now there. And whether it's the blood flow in your torso, your brain, your legs, or your arms, your blood constantly in motion, ever changing. Impermanent. And like your heartbeat demonstrates impermanence, your blood flow demonstrates impermanence. So too in your gut. The food you may have just eaten, moving through your gut, what was here, now there, the form of the food you ate, different than the form of the food now in your belly. everything in your body shifting, changing, impermanent. The same with your breath. This inhale will run its course, then an exhale. This exhale runs its course, then an inhale. Moment by moment, breath by breath, changing, impermanent. Now, having meditated on examples in your body of impermanence, letting this practice fall away. And once again, resting your mind. What's sometimes called non-distracted, non-meditation. If your mind is filled with thoughts, let them be. If there are few, if any thoughts, let that be. Letting your mind be, just as it is. All right. We began our practice with aspiration, meditating for the benefit of all beings. And just as importantly, the dedication. We'll take a few moments here to contemplate that whatever benefits may have arisen or accrued through this practice available for all beings, whether it's your neighbor, a family member, a person at the store, or even people you may find difficult. We'll take a moment quietly to dedicate the benefits of this practice to all beings. All right. So to close, so we can have a sense of impermanence, the knowledge that things are constantly changing, in flux. And then we did a practice to have a sense of a firsthand experience of how, even within our body, that there's nothing that's fixed. Everything's changing. Heartbeat, breath, even our bodies, our aging process. And then Rinpoche invited us to consider that in applications in our life. So whether it's having a difficult time with your children, for example, that we know that ultimately will pass, or if it's going outdoors and seeing the leaves are coming out, maybe the birds are nesting, having babies. Those baby birds will grow up and they'll fly off as adult birds. And the leaves that are sprouting right now be beautiful, green all summer. And more than likely, fall will come, those leaves will drop. And so an invitation as you go through your day to look around the natural world, within your family, within your home, for examples of impermanence, how things are constantly changing, constantly shifting. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you in future stay home and meditate practices. Thank you.